A Man Show.
Oh, yeah. We're flying here today. Flying with Chick-fil-A. That's right. That is right. Let's see if we can just cut this off. There you go. Eat more chicken. Do you know, we always talk about when pigs fly. Well, last night, cows were flying, folks. That's right. I've got one of the parachutes with the cows right here. I was an invited guest at a very special event at Chick-fil-A last night. Had a great time. Look, if you're watching here on Facebook Live, you can see I've got this cute little chicken that says, or cute little cow that says, "Eat more chicken," and he's got his parachute. Now, I was at the later seating last night, and so if you want to tune in on Facebook Live, I've got it showing right here. The cow with the Eat More Chicken is just so cute, so cute. So anyways, had a really good time over there last night. They had a fun thing going on. If you were blessed enough to be a very special VIP, and I happened to be a VIP last night, so it was kind of fun. But got to tour the new Chick-fil-A right there on the bypass. It's actually, as I was telling them over there, that this is on hallowed ground because Sharp Facets, that was our original home back in 1984 up through, God, I think it was 1994, maybe part way into 95. But anyways, that's where we hung out, right next to the brown sign with the brown sewing machine on the sign there. Yes, that's where we used to hang when we first came to Greenwood, and it was just so it was fun back then. You know, we were brand new. We were just learning how to be a jewelry store. Well, sort of, you know. Well, we tried. Anyways, we had a good time doing that, and it was fun to be there last night. They really, really treated you royally last night. First, you went in the door, and they were shooting off confetti everywhere as you walked through the door. Oh, it was just great. Then you got a tour. Yes, you got a tour. Princess Penny says, what about me? Well, okay, here's Princess Penny's on the screen now. There you go. They gave you a tour of the building. I got to make chicken nugget minis. They say, does anybody want to make them? And everybody'd stand there, and I'd say, sure, I'll make them. So let me show you. We got some people watching here. Let me show you the Chick-fil-A. Let's go back over here to Ann's view. Yes, see, here we have the flying cow right here on WCRS. Poop. Yep. Then you've got the parachute. So much fun. So much fun. Anyways, they open officially tomorrow, and so that's pretty cool. They'll be open. That place, though, let me go back. They were giving us a tour of everything that was going on in there. You got to go behind the counters, behind the scenes. As I was saying just a minute ago, I got to make some minis, some chicken minis. Everybody goes, why you want to do this, Ann? I said, experience. It's life. So I made the minis, and then we had our own individual tables for the, and just so you'll believe that I really was a VIP, look at this right here, Ann Eller, VIP. Yes, I really was a VIP last night. Yay! All right. Yes. Penny, you couldn't go, though. No, you couldn't go. All right. So anyways, yes, I kept everything. It's not very often I get to be a VIP, so I kept everything. So we had the cow. As I said, we had the cow. That was fun. Then we got to eat, and they had samples of just about everything on the menu. It was just so cool. Just so cool. I got to eat some things I didn't think I would try, but I tried them, and they were quite delicious, quite delicious. So it was very well done. And they had the person that had eaten the most Chick-fil-A through the app. Now, they had to do it through the app. They had four places, number one, and then 3, 2, and, 4, 3, and 2. But anyways, they had a bunch of people. I think the top person, I didn't write it down, I recorded it, was over 400, was it 490 maybe, something like that, Chick-fil-A uses there. So I guess I really should show you the chicken here, since this was so cool. This was a little takeaway. One of the funny things about this, now, I wasn't in the early seating because I was interviewing, but, at the first seating, when they first started out, they had, Greenwood Dance Company, I think, did some dancing with Chick-fil-A dancing. It was pretty cool. And one of the guys that was there was in the fire truck. Well, when they first threw the cows from the roof over to the folks below, they all landed in the awning because they did it out front. Well, I'm sure that was visually very nice, but they all got stuck in the awning. So they called the fire truck and asked them the fire truck was already there, asked them if they'd just pull the fire truck over there and get the cows out of the awning. So when they did it the second time, because they had 2 seatings last night, when they did it the second time, what did they do? What did they do? Oh, they actually did it from the side of the building. Now, there was one Chick-fil-A cow that was sticking against the building. But so much fun. That was the last thing that they did. While you're sitting inside, you're served, and they bring you around all these delicious foods, and you try them, and, even got down to dessert. Well, the very last thing you got to do was to, you asked if you wanted dessert. And I said, well, what's my choices? And she goes, well, an ice cream cone. Do you want to make one? Well, Ann Eller is not shy. You know that. I said, sure. So I don't know if I can pull this up here for you. I'd love to be able to show this to you. Let's see. Let's go back over here. Let's see if I can pull it up. There's a video on Facebook where I made the ice cream cone. It was my very first one, and I literally got to do it myself. Now, what is funny about this video, it doesn't show up very much, but they asked me, they go, Ann, do you want us to hold the lever so we can do it for you? I said, no, I'm like a little kid. I got to do it myself. So I actually did it myself. Yes, it's true. Let's go here. Let's see. I think I'm pretty close here, actually. See if I can pull it up. There I am, making it. All right. We are going to show this for everybody to see right here on, let's see. I can do it. I know I can do it. Yep, here we go. We're going to do
I'm videoing.
All right, let's pull it back here.
I'm videoing.
And let's change to, I got it. Top monitor. Here it is, it's happening.
I need to do it.
You're good. Just make sure you're a little slow. It does come out a little fast.
We are showing my, I'm doing it. If you're on Facebook Live, you can actually see me making the ice cream. And I got a job, too.
It might be a little frozen.
Yeah.
Start twisting.
Or that circular motion.
Look at this, I'm doing it!
And then we stop, go fast on the ice cream level. Look at that.
Look at
Beautiful! Woo!
Your job starts this coming Thursday.
Okay, I'll be here. I'll be here.
I'm videoing.
All right. Let's go back on in here. That was pretty fun. I really enjoyed doing that. In case you didn't get it, I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. So that was a highlight, though. And then, of course, everybody was telling me, well, it's not bad. You need some practice. And then other people were saying I could never have done that. And so I felt pretty good here. I felt pretty good. So, but they treated you very, very nicely. Brian Whitaker, his wife, was there. All the teams were there. They were taking lots of pictures. I'm sure there's already lots of pictures on Facebook, or maybe they haven't. Maybe they'll be putting them up. But it was a really fun night. So Chick-fil-A opens Thursday morning, and they are excited. Their building is beautiful. They showed us some of the new things that have been changed to make it easier. I didn't know, I'll tell you this, I didn't know that every morning by 6 o'clock, at 6 o'clock, whatever, the truck comes in and brings fresh produce, and they have to start at 6 o'clock. They start chopping and getting everything ready, all the fresh salad greens, all these type of things come in every day at 6 o'clock in the morning, or maybe earlier, but by 6. They come in at 6, they open at 6:30. So these are things that really set a business apart. And we are talking about Chick-fil-A. So if you are thinking, oh, I don't know whether I want to go, you got to go. You got to go. I mean, I'm sure opening day is going to be quite an experience. I don't know what they'll be doing. I know that I have the Eat More Chicken. Yes, I have it right here. The Eat More Chicken cow with the parachute. Yes, here's the parachute. And we had a blast. So just wanted to share that with you and tell you what a great job, what an absolute great job Chick-fil-A did at rolling this out. So, yeah, so I got up there, Hodges Cokesbury Volunteer Fire Department says, get it, girl. Well, hey, I have a job offer. I told Brian, of course, who is the owner, Brian Whitaker, I said, Brian, they told me I could start Thursday, and then I showed him my ice cream, and he goes, and you might need a little practice. I said, I've already got a job, Brian. He goes, well, we'll work on it. So anyways, it's fun to be included. It's fun to help promote and share what is happening. They certainly have worked hard. It is a beautiful, beautiful building. The technology that they have included in this, some of the changes, the staff is actually very excited about how this is going to work. But they all have enthusiasm, which is what I like to see in people doing their job. I like to see people excited about the job, excited about showing off what they were going to be doing, how it worked, et cetera, et cetera. So that's my Chick-fil-A story. If you want more, you can go back and see how a professional makes an ice cream cone, with the little swirl and everything. Telling you, it wasn't bad for my very first one. I have never done that before, ever. So I felt privileged to be able to help out with that. Anyways, kind of reminded me, I'm sorry, somebody's going, you remember when Donald Trump was making fries at McDonald's during the campaign? I felt, kind of Donald Trumpish. I mean, when I was standing there making my own ice cream cone and, I wasn't passing it off to somebody. I did eat it myself, just FYI. And it didn't get on the floor or nothing. I didn't drop it or anything like that. So, But it was pretty cool. It was a fun night, and I can't say enough on how they treated you. They had Chick-fil-A trivia. Oh my God, I didn't know there was all this trivia. Do you know where the first Chick-fil-A sandwich was being made before it got patented? Became a name and a separate one? I did not know this. Did you know it was... I should ask, does anybody know where Chick-fil-A sandwiches were being made before it became Chick-fil-A? 864-229-229. No, 864-332-9355. 864-332-9355. Do you know where the first Chick-fil-A sandwiches were made before they, broke off and became Chick-fil-A as a separate? Anybody know? Well. I will ask that question. We'll come back to it before the end of the show. You might just, you might win a cow if you know the answer. 864-332-9355. Do you know where the Chick-fil-A sandwich was being made before it became the Chick-fil-A sandwich? That is the question. Let's see, we'll just do this. Where was Chick-fil-A before it became a Chick-fil-A iconic sandwich? Iconic sandwich. There you go. Know the answer, and I might have a prize for you. There you go. I've written it on Facebook Live, so if you want to participate that way, if you want to send me a message, 864-332-9355, 864-332-9355. Give me the answer. You could win a prize right here this morning on WCRS. Yes. What do you say, Penny? You have no idea, and you don't understand. You should see her this morning. She's just looking. Are you mad? What's the matter? Where's my chicken? That's what I want to know. Why did I get to go to get a Chick-fil-A sandwich or all the other treats you're talking about? No, you didn't. I'm sorry. Anyways, we are moving on. We got other things to talk about, but I can't say enough about a really fun event over there at Chick-fil-A last night. Full house, staff taking you through each of the different stations in the back, showing you how it's all put together. Started off the show with dancers, and the cow was dancing. The Greenwood dance team was dancing. Oh, it was just great. It was all great from start to finish. You got to spin a wheel and see what you got. I think I had to spin the wheel. What was it? 3 times. Take another spin. That was unusual right there. I knew the night was going to be great. And what did I win? A choice of a Chick-fil-A breakfast, lunch, or dinner. So I won that. So that's what went on. It was cool. Anyways, anybody know where Chick-fil-A, without looking it up, or maybe it wouldn't even be out there, I don't know. But if you know, 864-332-9355, you could win a prize this morning. And that's right. Do you know? 864-332-9355. All right, we got a lot to talk about here this morning. What are we talking about? Oh, tomorrow night is Tim Tebow. If we would like to know, we have some questions for you this morning. You know, Tim Tebow is such an icon. And to have him here in Greenwood, South Carolina, not on a screen looking in and talk to you. He literally will be here in Greenwood tomorrow evening. And it is so great that he is going to be here. Oh, I just got to write something here. Tebow section. Okay. that that it is so great that he is going to be here with us and to be able to see him in person, have him talking. Tim Tebow will be here whether you followed him in football or not. His message has always been about something bigger. And he certainly, for somebody that could have been aborted, his mother and dad were missionaries in, I think it was the Philippines, but I'm not sure. It was over in that area anyways. And somehow I guess she contracted something. Anyways, the doctors recommended, not because of anything wrong with Tim, but because of she had had a disease or something while she was there, and the doctors recommended that she abort, and she didn't. And a doctor, they sent her back to the mainland, a doctor there nursed her back to health, took care of her, and she was able to carry the baby to term. And of course, that is how we have a Tim Tebow today. But his message, and probably somewhat because of his life and everything, was probably, that is why his message is so huge in life. Now, his dad used to rescue little girls that were put up for sale, and he would pay the price to be able to take them to safety. Unbelievable story. Well, you'll hear all about that. You will hear all about that in the talk. I don't know exactly what aspect he's going to talk about. Tim Tebow has always talked about using the platform to make a difference, not just in your own life, but in other people's lives. He wants to inspire people to be the best. I mean, that is truly what he wants. He wants to help people be mentors. He wants people who help shape us. His foundation work focuses on special needs, human trafficking, medical care. His mission is bringing faith, hope, and love to people who need it most. The Night to Shine event was a perfect example of that. We had one of those on Valentine's Eve on February 13th. I was blessed to be the MC for this event. It was so heartwarming for adults with special needs to be able to be made to feel very, very special. Every guest is treated like royalty, crowned king or queen for the night, and it's all over the world at the same time. So we're celebrating value and worth. And Tim Tebow has also been criticized, doubted, but he's never really wavered from who he is and what he believes. And you know, in today's world, that is huge. That is huge. So that's just a little bit about the background of Tim Tebow. We do have some tickets we'll be able to give away, and we want to know who has made the biggest impact in your life. You can call in and text, or you can respond on Facebook, and we will be giving away some tickets for what I get to choose are the best stories. I know it's me. I get to choose. But anyways, call or text 864-332-9355. We have tickets to give away for Thursday night. So that I think is an impactful part of our life. I think we always remember somebody who was a mentor for you, somebody who was made a difference in your life. Quite often it's teachers, sometimes it's parents or grandparents, quite often it's grandparents. But you know, at the end of the day, it's not about fame, it's about impact. And that's what this week is all about. Penny has made the biggest impact on my life. I'll just say that. So if you would like to participate in this, if you'd like to win some tickets to go see Tim Tebow, go ahead and tell me who impacted your life. Who impacted your life? Was it a doctor? Was it a teacher? Was it your mom? I mean, all of those would be great. There is no right or wrong on this. There's just tell me who you would like to see, who you would like to honor with saying this is their story. We'd love to be able to read some of these on the air. So please, if you have a chance, do that for me, and we'll be giving out some tickets. Make sure I have a way to contact you. On Facebook, of course, we can do it through Facebook, but if you call in, I'll have your number, 864-332-9355. Going to be a great night tomorrow night. Starts at 6:30. It is at Phineas Horn Arena, and it's going to be full of people who believe. And that's what I think is going to be extra special about this. People who believe. So if you'd like to be part of this, that would be great. So anyways, that's one thing going on out here. On the other avenue, I'm getting all kinds of comments about my ice cream making. Well, I figured Chick-fil-A, I mean, there's a lot of places with ice cream, so it's a good second career to have. I may need a second career, or I may need, depending how things go on the radio, I might need a second income. You know what Dave Ramsey says, you got to do whatever you got to do. So by learning this, maybe I can pick up a shift over there at Chick-fil-A. I'm not leaving the radio. I'm just having fun here this morning, and I could see it. I probably couldn't do it fast enough. That would be the problem. I probably couldn't do it fast enough. All right, I'm looking for answers to who impacted you the most. You can send it in our text. You can just talk it, or you can text it. 864-332-9355. All right, now let's move on and get a little serious this morning. Nah, let's not get serious this morning. Did you hear the story? I don't have the story itself, but I might could find it real quick. Have you heard the story about the doctor who was supposed to remove one organ and removed the wrong organ? I mean, come on. How could you do this? And the wrong organ, do you know which organ was? On the news, they weren't saying what organ it was. Well, I happen to know in that story, doctor removing, let me see if I can pull it up. Removing wrong organ. Oh, my God, this is just hysterical. So I can get you more details. I can tell you what the story is real quick. All yesterday afternoon, I was just thinking, OMG, this doctor, patient went in for surgery, and doctors ended up removing the wrong organ. You know, when they're operating on your knee or your arm or your ear, they always tell you to mark it and make sure that's the right one and everything. Well, how do you do that with an organ, folks? Here's my organ right over here. When you go in, make sure you're going right there. But anyways, a patient is scheduled for one procedure. During surgery, a different organ or body part is removed by mistake. These are called wrong site or wrong procedure surgical errors. This cannot be said. It cannot be surgical error. But I don't think I've got the story here. But here's what happened. Yes, I want that one. This is what happened. He was supposed to have his spleen removed. Instead, they removed the person's liver. Now, you can live without a spleen, but I don't believe you can live without your liver. And what did they do with his liver? I have all kinds of questions about what happened to the liver. This happened in Florida. The doctor's name was Dr. Thomas Shaiknowski. It was in Walton County in Florida. The patient was a 70-year-old man. They were supposed to remove the spleen. Instead, they removed the liver, caused massive blood loss, and the patient died on the operating table. I can't even see how a doctor could say, oh, yeah, this morning we're going to go in and just, what do we got to remove here? What are we removing? I don't see the X on it. Which one? The spleen or the liver? The spleen or the liver? Oh, well, this one looks good. Cuts it, and then, of course, because the liver filters all your blood through it, so that you can't even stop the bleeding. The doctor has been indicted by a grand jury, charged with second-degree manslaughter. This actually happened back in August of 2024. He was charged in April of 2026. He had 2 years of freedom after doing this? That's ridiculous. During the autopsy, the spleen was still intact and untouched, confirming the wrong organ was removed. His medical license was suspended, arrested and released on bond, and there's a court case pending. Oh my God. You know, that's akin to like removing your heart, right? I mean, you have to have your liver. You can't, I don't think people can live without a liver, or not for any time. They may do something while they're, because you have to filter the blood and all this kind of stuff. It says in this isn't a medical mistake. This has risen to a level of criminal charges, which is extremely rare in cases like this. It raises serious questions about surgical safety, accountability, and how something like this could happen. I mean, this is tragic. So, God forbid, if you're going in for surgery, you make sure you talk to that surgeon and we're all on the same page. I mean, it's one thing to put an X on your knee if they're doing knee surgery or you have an arm, something done with your arm. Those things are exterior. But I want to know, how do we make sure we got the right organ inside there? What if they were going in to remove, I don't know, sometimes with people with bladder cancer and this type of thing, they actually can remove the bladder. But you can't remove the liver, and surely there is a big difference between the liver and the spleen. Please. Anyways, 864-332-9355. That's 864-332-9355. I am Ann Eller. And I am here with the princess right here. The princess. Oh, look at that picture. Isn't that sweet? She's got her paw in my chair and she's looking at me. I don't know what her problem is. She was on the show yesterday afternoon. We were talking with Stephanie Turner and Missy Lowry about all the planting things. And she was very needy last night, too. But here she is, just sitting here. She's telling me she'd like to be sitting in my lap, and that is not going to happen. All right. Anyways, Penny, I got to move on. We got a lot to talk about here this morning. I do have some stories, but I think what we are actually going to do this morning is just talk about some of the events coming up this morning. Yesterday afternoon, like I said, we had Missy Lowry and Stephanie Turner. Missy Lowry is a Master Gardener. In fact, she just won Master Gardener of the Year, and she was all excited to tell us all about the plant. Let's see, do I have it? I think I have it right here. The plant sale that is happening. In fact, we're having several plant sales happening. So let's just go through that. First up, let's go through the one that is, over there, Lakeland's Master Gardeners. Now, it is behind the Piedmont Agency on Aging building right there next to Piedmont Tech. They have a big greenhouse over there. They will be having annuals, perennials, pollinator plants, and vegetables and whatnot. One of the things that really interests me, they're going to have a group of native plants to South Carolina, native plants to our area, even more important. So if you'd really like to have your garden that has local plants from this area, this is your opportunity. The other thing, all these plants have been grown by, tended by master gardeners. So there'll be certain people that will be bringing in their growth for this spring, be ready to sell them. They sell them to help with educational programs for the Master Gardener program. So that is from 9 to 2. Now, also over at the greenhouse over there at the Horticultural Center at Piedmont Tech, they will have bunches of vegetables and whatnot to sell. That one, I believe, starts at 8 o'clock. I'm pretty sure it starts at 8 o'clock. Let's see, here we go. Saturday, Master Gardeners. Here we go. Piedmont Agency, 8. Okay, that's that one. That one starts at 8. I think it goes till 2 o'clock, or until they're sold out. And then the other one, they have one at the farmer's market. So that one right out there at the Greenwood Recreational Center. Spring plant sale Friday, and that actually starts on Friday, April 17th from 10 to 2, and Saturday, April 18th from 8 to 1. So they'll have flowers, vegetables, herbs, garden crafts, Greenwood County Farmers Market. So if you'd like to check that one out, they say a lot of those have all been grown by locals, by local people, and they'll be growing them, and then they'll have, as the season goes on, they'll have vegetables and whatnot coming from there. Now, also on this date, Piedmont Tech has decided to put their Carnival, where they'll have the car show and all kinds of cool things going on over there at Piedmont Tech. So Emerald Road over there will be alive with action. So you need to check all these things. It really is going to be a fun day to be out and about, checking out all the things going on. At 1 o'clock on Saturday, the America 250, they will actually be installing some interpretive signs. Let's go ahead and hear this ad. I think it covers everything that we need to hear.
Join us as we celebrate the Battle of Long Cane's interpretive signage installation service on Saturday, April the 18th, 2026 at 1 o'clock p.m. at Wisteria Community Park in Troy, South Carolina. This event will commemorate the installation of new interpretive signage honoring the historic Battle of Long Canes and its significance in the region's Revolutionary War history. 3 new signs displaying an artist rendering of battle scenes with narratives along with a map will be placed in Troy's Wisteria Park. This is a joint project with Greenwood County 250 and McCormick County 250 and funded in full by South Carolina 250. The service will celebrate the legacy of those who lived, fought, and were impacted by the Battle of Long Canes during the American Revolutionary War in South Carolina. The event is free and open to all. Refreshments will be served following the ceremony. See you there.
So that is all the information I think you should need. It is at Wisteria Park in Troy. We had earlier this week, we had Chip Tinsley, we had Eric Williams, who actually did the art for this, and then we had Wade Harrison, who is a wealth of knowledge and loves to do the research. You know, one of the things is you don't really have exact information about some of these battles, and this is one of them. So they've had to spend a lot of time researching and all. So please make sure that you are, if you can, get down there. This is a good event for children, adults. They'll be unveiling those. It should be a beautiful day, so go ahead and check that out. So that's going on. What else do we have? You know, some days it just seems like everything goes on, and all of a sudden the weekends come and pow, we have all these events happening. Oh, I know what else is happening. We've got the Earth Day, Pottery Earth Day celebration that will be going on at the Art Center in Uptown Greenwood. They will be selling art, selling pottery. They will have demonstrations. They will have all things going on. That, of course, is at the Art Center. And I think they may have some projects that are going to be in the courtyard there too. So that is an all day. I think it goes till around 2 o'clock, probably starts around 9 or 10 in the morning. So what you need to do, here's what you need to do. You need to make a schedule for Saturday to be looking at all these things and participating. Grab up the kids. Say we're not going to do errands today. We're not going to clean the house. We're going to go have fun. We're going to get some plants. This is the perfect time to be buying plants. And as Stephanie said, but make sure you put them in the ground. I am bad about that. I'll buy plants. I'll say, well, I'll get them tomorrow. I'll get them tomorrow. And then they start looking pretty puny and I haven't gotten them. And pretty soon, if you haven't put them in the ground, guess what? They're going to die. They're going to die. So, get them in the ground, plant them. This is a great opportunity to teach children about planting, about where our food comes from. I'm going to tell you what, did you hear the story this morning? Where is it? Somewhere in the Midwest. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Are you feeling needy this morning? I feel very needy this morning. Yes, I do. Okay. If you are in the Midwest, they have meat raffles, MEAT, meat raffles. And everybody always, and this is to help nonprofits raise funds. And they were talking about the legislature in somewhere in the state in the Midwest is going to up the limit because originally it was all it could be was up to $70 for raffles, meaning you could only have an item worth $70. But the meat raffles are so popular that they're going to actually expand the level that you can have a meat raffle. I don't remember what they said was the total, but yeah, this is my point was, this was a great way going and teaching kids how to plant, how to care for, how to not overwater, how you got to put it in the right place, et cetera, et cetera. This is a great opportunity to do that. Now, one of the good things about going to the Master Gardener's greenhouse over there behind Piedmont Agency on Aging is they will have Master Gardeners there to answer your questions. So if you're trying to figure out what would be good things to plant in a shady area, in a sunny area, all these things they'll be able to answer. They, I believe, will even come out. You can set up an appointment with somebody to come out and look at your area. And they said they would love to tell you how to do it, but they're not there to do it. So, but this is an opportunity. That's what Master Gardeners do. They spend a lot of time learning our area, learning about how to take care of and what works and what doesn't work. So go ahead and ask them the questions, but they'll actually have a table set up out there. So please make sure you do that. And there might be more, but there might not. I don't know. Let's see if there's any more that I should be able to. Okay. All right. Let's see what else we've got. Does anybody else feel like, oh my God, there's so much and I want to do all of it, but I don't know if I can get to it? Do you ever feel that way? I do sometimes. I think sometimes, oh my God, I would just love to be able to take in all these events and see them all. And it's very hard to do all of it. But anyways, let's see, what else do we have? Pickle for Good News, a charity event benefiting child evangelism. That is pretty much set. I'm not sure that you could still get into that, but that's going on this weekend. Tim Tebow, don't forget, is tomorrow night. If you would like to participate and see about getting some free tickets for tomorrow night, all you got to do is let me know who was the person or persons that influenced you. Here's one story that's come in. James says his grandmother raised him and taught him everything about life, and he says he still hears her voice guiding him today. How about that? That is pretty powerful. I still hear Jeff telling me what to do. The only difference is, if I don't feel like doing it, guess what? Don't have to do it anymore. No, I miss Jeff. I tell you, we went to see, I think I told you, went to see E.T. the other night at the theater, at the movie theaters. And I just love the fact that they're doing these throwback of old movies. But it occurred to me as I was sitting there watching the movie that I really missed Jeff, because this was a movie that we saw. This was a movie that we enjoyed, that we talked about. So, I mean, it's a double-edged sword. But if you're okay with going back in time where you saw that movie or something, it's really good. But, yes, Jeff still guides me and tells me, I don't think you ought to do that, Ann. And then I go, well, guess what, Jeff? I'm going to do it anyways. All right. Mark says his dad didn't say much, but he showed up every day, worked hard, and led by example. And so, Mark, we're going to send you a couple of tickets for Tim Tebow tomorrow night if you'd like them. They are going to be your gift for participating here today. So I know that there's someone like that in a couple of those stories we just read that might be impactful to you, that maybe you'd like to share. Maybe you'd like to score a couple of tickets to go see Tim Tebow. If not for yourself, maybe you know somebody else. Tim Tebow is also very, very popular with children, young people, not children so much, but young people. So if you'd like them to go and get a message for Tim Tebow, we'll give you a couple of tickets. Anyways, I think Penny's afraid she's not going to get to go to Tim Tebow. And she's right. She can't go. Penny. All right. I'm Ann Eller. I'm here with Princess Penny. We are having a good time here this morning. Do we have anything else? This afternoon, we have two great fun guests that'll be telling us all about the festival coming up next week and all about what is happening over there at the Hodges Cokesbury Fire Department. Always love having Jim and Tammy Baber right here in studio. That'll be happening at 5 o'clock this evening. 5 o'clock this evening. So if you would like to tune in, find out what's happening at the festival, also find out some of the things that the fire departments are doing, this is a great opportunity to hear about it. So make sure you tune in. That will be at 5 o'clock this afternoon right here on WCRS. Yes, we will be Facebook Live. Yes, we will be having a good time. So check that out. Haven't had anybody answer the question, where was the Chick-fil-A, where was Chick-fil-A made? Where was the original Chick-fil-A sandwich made before the owner of Chick-fil-A took it under his wing, made it his own, patented the name and everything? That was the question. That was one of the questions on the trivia questions last night. they had, I don't remember how many questions they had. They had a good number of questions, and they actually had a couple of people, I think, get 11. Maybe it was like, it was a lot of questions. I don't know whether 11 was the total or 12, 15, something like that, questions. Diane went with me. She got 8 right. I contributed all the wrong answers. Anyways, I thought that was an interesting question. Shall I tell you where the first Chick-fil-A sandwich was actually made? Did anybody participate in this one? Let's see. Let's go back and see if we got any text questions. Let's see. Do we have any? I don't know. 864-332-9355. I guess. Let's see. Can I request a Newfoundland cow? No. No. Well, that's where the first Chick-fil-A was. You are absolutely right. And she did Google it. Wrong answer, but it's okay. Dorf Grill in Georgia. That was the very first Chick-fil-A. I wanted to know, where were they making the Chick-fil-A sandwich before they actually, he patented it, named it, used the whole thing and broke off and grew a whole empire around this chicken sandwich. I'll tell you, it was actually Waffle House. The original Chick-fil-A sandwich was made at a Waffle House. At Waffle House. Did you know that? I did not know that. So there you go. Little pieces of trivia that you learn right here on WCRS radio. We could talk about a lot of things. I did happen to see that the county is touting the fact that more homes have sold, so therefore Greenwood is growing. Now, I know and you know that they're just trying to cover their butts on whether we are... Where is that? I'll find it right now. They're trying to cover their butts and say, Greenwood County, say that Greenwood, come on, Greenwood County. No, I don't want the sheriff's office. I don't want any of these. Just Greenwood County. They're saying that sales of houses are up 22%. Let's try this. Government offices. Here we go. See if that's it. All right. They are saying that, here we go. That's the one I want. They are saying that it is up 22%. I don't see it here. I saw it this morning. I needed to save it. I think that translated to 14 houses sold. I don't suppose, I just want to take this as a point. I might be wrong, but I might be, oh, no wonder I've got the wrong one. I might be right. Do you think it's the lower interest rates making any difference in people actually moving and buying another house? Not necessarily a new house, another house. That would be my question. I kind of question whether they're saying that, our growth is just exploding here in Greenwood. I see a lot of houses for sale in Greenwood now, whereas a year or so ago, I did not see that many. So if I just thought that we could actually discuss this because I think it's important. Here it is. Greenwood County is leading the state with a 14.4 increase in homes sold in 2026. This is from Greenwood County. It says, new numbers are in and they tell a strong story about our community. According to the latest housing statistics from the South Carolina Realtors, Greenwood County is leading the state. Year to date, Greenwood County has the largest percentage increase in residential home condo and villa sales in South Carolina. So far in 2026, 222 homes have been sold in the first quarter, a 14.4% increase compared to the same time last year. The secret is out. Greenwood County is a great place to live, work, and invest. Well, I think Greenwood County is a great place to live, work, and invest. I certainly agree with that. However, I would question whether these are from outside people coming into the area, local people deciding to move from one house to another house. Some people have been waiting a couple of years to make that decision. Interest rates have come down, so people, I think, were going ahead and making that move. So I'd want to see more in-depth data to prove to me that that South Carolina, that Greenwood County has the largest percentage increase in residential home, condo, and villa. I'd want to know from whence these figures are coming from. New people coming into the area, people already living in the area and just deciding to go ahead and make that new purchase because they don't think they're going to get any lower. It's the right time. They have the money. They had a sale of their own home. I think there's a lot of aspects there to look at before one says that that it's jumping here in Greenwood. So FYI, I'd just like to say that. And I also would like to talk about something, since we're talking about this. It's not going to matter how great Greenwood County is, or Greenwood City, or the Greenwood whole thing, if we don't get a hold of what is happening with shootings in our community. Yeah, last night, Greenwood police responded around 5:30 Tuesday to Oakland Street off Chipley Avenue after reports of a person firing a weapon. Police Chief T.J. Shadone said the group of teens had been outside playing when the situation escalated into a dispute. As a vehicle drove away, a 13-year-old male fired a shot, striking the car. No injuries were reported. The teen is now in public police custody and is being transferred to the Department of Juvenile Justice in Columbia. Due to his age, authorities are not releasing a photo of the suspect. This incident remains under investigation. So Saturday night, Sunday morning, we had that incident over at Ollie's. Last night, we had this event. We just seem to be having a lot of shootings. This is scary, I think. And the fact that there was a bunch of, I mean, when you read this article, it says a bunch of teenagers were outside playing. Well, I want to know, what were they playing? I mean, cops and robbers? I don't know. But this is, the potential for people to get shot or hurt is huge here. And after all, we started the first of the year with that stray bullet over there, right over here off of Durst, where the bullet went through the building and killed that young student at Emerald High School who just was there for a birthday party. I mean, people have to be questioning what they're going to do about going to events, doing this type of thing. Somehow we've got to get this under control. I think the other thing to think about, not that it directly affects us, is that every child, I'm talking about juvenile, that is taken in and sent down to juvenile Department of Justice, it cost us, the taxpayers, $150 a day. So now we have 2 down there, so that means we've got $300 a day in costs of sending that person down there. And then somebody from the police department, sheriff's department, transport has to go pick them up and bring them back for events, but it's $150 a day. That's $300 right now, unless there's some other, but this is just for the 2 recent ones that have been transported down there. This is a travesty. Hey, tomorrow evening, Tim Tebow. Hope you'll come. Hope if you'd like a ticket, contact me. If you got somebody that really impacted your life, it doesn't have to be long or drawn out, just a short story, short couple of lines about what difference they made in your life. You know, I think we all have people that have made a difference in our lives. Like I said, Penny sure has. I don't know what's wrong with her. Anyways, we are, if you'd like free tickets, go ahead and send me a story. Tim Tebow, 6:30 tomorrow night, Phineas Horn Arena over there at Lander. It's going to be a great event. Hope to see you there. At the end, anybody that buys a ticket will have the opportunity. They will be entered into a raffle for a signed football by Tim Tebow. They're also going to have some other raffles. They will have T-shirts that you can buy right there. You can buy tickets at the door. Just FYI, you can buy tickets at the door. So if you'd like to go, you can't make the decision today, tomorrow. If you want to contact me and see if I have any extra tickets, you certainly can. 864-332-9355. Please make sure that you are doing that. Hey, Penny, shall we go ahead and give it up for today? Please, I'm starving. All right, we're going to give it up. I'm Ann Eller. This is WCRS Radio. Don't forget to join us this evening. As we get ready to rumble with Tammy Baber and her husband Jim, talking about the festival over there in Hodges next week. And goings on at the Hodges Volunteer Fire Department over there. Always a lot of good information, always a lot of fun to sit down and talk to them. That's going to do it for us. Drop the curtain. Yes, we're dropping the curtain. Yes, I'm Ann Eller. Yes, I've been here with Penny. Cue the music, and that's what we're going to do. Bye-bye, everybody.